Hello friends, welcome back to another Value Vintage Cards video. This is going to be another Mangini Challenge Invitation, whatever, 2024 video. So John very graciously and kindly invited and has already responded, not surprisingly, in short order. However, there's the editing advantage that Mr. Mangini has right now. I am not as skilled with the editing to incorporate his videos into mine, so that may be something else I can learn other than about some of these obscure sets and information about players and dates and times of really neat events. I can also learn maybe some editing skills, so I'll have to pick his brain a little bit. But I did want to respond in kind and be timely in my pulling of cards. So a few that he showed. First one was a Ramley Chief Bender. Got me beat on that one. I do not have a Ramley Chief Bender. And rather than, since we've kind of gone back and forth on Benders, I'm going to stick with the theme of Ramley, T204. For that one, this is actually my only T204 card. So when it comes to Ramleys, these are super tough. So this is the only one I've got. So I've got the Mordecai Brown. Curious if you do. If so, please share, or share your favorite three-finger brown. That's not my favorite three-finger brown, but I want to play by the rules of the game. I will ride the three-finger brown train just a little bit longer, though, because he's one of my favorites. So, curious in the theme of, not necessarily three-finger brown, but in the theme of cool stuff to share. Do you have anybody in the E98 series where you have all four colors? Or if you want to twist it a different way, this is not labeled as such, but I'm pretty sure that's a Black Swamp find since it's in an 8. Oddly enough, that devalued all these super high grade ones, but curious if you have a full color run of any player. Black Swamp find. Or just your favorite Mordecai Brown card. Three-finger has some really cool ones, so none of those are my favorites, but cool way to twist it. Alright, the next one you showed, that was a Go Find It challenge. 1961 Bell Brand Koufax. I do indeed have that one. You picked my best grade. Just to play the game and feel like I'm doing something here. I also have the 60 and the 62 surrounding that 61. So all three really cool images. So do have his full little Bell Brand run there. The next one you showed, I showed a W517 Jimmy Fox. You said that was still on your search list. You showed a Melot, which is amazing. That is a, if not the, it's a Melot rookie. I do not have that card, so that has been one that's been escaping me. That's a big boy. But it's on the list. So what I thought I would go is go the other end. Rather than a rookie, I'd go a post-playing days, just to get us into a little international flavor and see what the Venezuelan market might do for your interests. So 67 Venezuelan, the Retrato set, honoring a lot of retired players, mostly Hall of Famers, but not exclusively. But the Melot's a pretty cool image there, so thought I'd toss that your way for consideration. And the last one you showed, I showed an Exhibit Walter Johnson. You busted out an awesome Exhibit Zach Wheat, which that is a classic pose. Love that. You hit me in the wheats. That is definitely a weak area of my collection, unfortunately. So for my Zach Wheats, I don't have a whole lot. I've got this little $10 beat up strip card that almost doesn't count as a card, but sort of still does, I guess. It's trimmed so bad it says he plays for Brooklyn, so that one is not necessarily a highlight. I've got the really not tough to find, so maybe less exciting T205, and I've only got 3 of them. The one I picked up most recently that I think is pretty cool is this thing, E121 Zach Wheat, but that's all I've got for Zach Wheats. So yeah, you hit me in a weak player for my collection. Unfortunately, I need to step up my wheat game, and that exhibit postcard is phenomenal. That said, I will toss a few more to you just to continue the fun, because I don't think you're gonna have a hard time hunting for those few to play our match game here. So I'm going to stick with best looking cards. There's some few others that I was debating whether or not to include in the last one, but we'll squeeze them in here. This thing I would love to upgrade. Unfortunately, upgrading at this point, these things seem to be just skyrocketing. So as of right now, I've got the crease across his face, but Burke Ross, Ted Williams, 1952. I think that card is phenomenal for the colors and the image. So I'd like to see a nicer copy, and I'm just going to guess you might have one. Another one that I put in the considerations, keeping with the caramel theme, or we can go with the Connie theme, but these old Connie Mack things. When you get Connie Mack in a suit, they tend to be pretty darn cool. So this one is pretty neat. You got cool colors. You got, E96. It's got the tie, collar, all the good stuff on. And then 2 others. One is going to be in your wheelhouse because I know you've got some of this, but I'm really curious. You showed this. This was one of my target cards. Finally grabbed it. These 1955 Rawlings Museals. So this one is card number 2. The way these are done is kind of interesting. So they do 1A, 2 that I just showed, 2A, which I don't have, 3, and 4. So I'm 5/6 of the way there. Curious how close you are to having that polished off, so feel free to share wherever you're at. I know you have at least one because you showed it and kept that thing on my shopping list for me, so I'm almost there, 1 away. And then the other one that I was debating keeping in, I'm just going to say challenge of the set. Show me what you think is your favorite from this set. So I was not going to include the Lefty Grove, even though I think that's amazing and super neat. I was not going to include the Jimmy Fox, even though that's amazing and great. Even the Lou Gehrig. If you take it on pure looks, all 3 of those are phenomenal. And I don't know why. Maybe it's the version I have, maybe it's just the color offset, whatever. But and I know Mr. Mangini has an appreciation for Bill Terry, but the last National League hitter to hit 400. But the Bill Terry card, I feel like, just looks really phenomenal. So in that set, that might be one of my favorites. All of them are amazing. That 33 DeLong set is phenomenal. So take your pick. What's your favorite within that set? I would be really curious to see which one you pick. If you pick the Gehrig, that's fine. It's the biggest. It's definitely a cool card, but just curious what your favorite in that set would be. Challenge continued. I did my best to hang with you. I added a couple of the shopping list. I'll have to prioritize those to make sure that next time you show that Zach Wheat that I've got it, and that out at some point, but that's not going to happen real fast. Thanks a lot, John. I appreciate the good-natured fun and the ability to kind of collaborate in not real time, but doing this little video challenge is a lot of fun. So thank you, sir. I will look for your response when you are able. Have a good one.